major attack on the armed forces this year. One soldier of the Indian Air Force was martyred in action and 5 others were injured in a terrorist attack. The incident took place when 2 vehicles, including one of the Indian Air Force, came under heavy terrorist fire in the Surankot area of Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district. We will be joined by my colleague Gursimran, who is reporting live on the story. Meanwhile, this is another terror bid in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's straight cut across now to my colleague Gursimran. A very good morning to you, Gursimran. Now, another dastardly attack on security forces. Please take us through what's the latest development on ground.
See, right now we are in the Surankot area of the Poonch, where the Indian Army has launched a massive anti-terror operation. These operations are to ensure that the terrorists had not planted any IED or any explosive on the roadside, and also to ensure that the terrorists are traced. On the one hand, where the massive search operations are on to find out those terrorists, the perpetrators, those who have carried out the attack on the Indian Air Force, while on the other hand, the security forces are ensuring that the grounds are secured, not only here in the Surankot, but in the entire area of the Rajouri and the Poonch. There is a massive movement of the commandos of the Indian Air Force, as well as the senior officials, those who are at the ground. I'll request Sarjeevan to keep showing you the visuals from the ground zero, and also the specialized team of the Indian Army that are carrying out the ground operations. These are the IED detectors that are being used by the Indian Army. And now coming to this side, you will see that the troops of the Indian Army, those who are having with them the mobile jammers and also the IED detectors, the explosive detectors with them, they are also part of this team. Entire stretch of the area is being traced, and also the hideouts being traced, because this is a bridge and that has some space which can be used by the terrorists as a natural hideout, and that's why it is being thoroughly checked. Equipped with the state-of-art weapons and the machinery, these troops are carrying out the surveillance of the area. This surveillance is to ensure that the Pakistani terrorists, they don't get a chance to get out from this very area, because this is the exact area of the Shah Sitar where the unfortunate attack on the security forces have taken place, when 4 Pakistani terrorists from the Lashkar-e-Toiba's offshoot People's Anti-Fascist Front, they carried out the attack on the security forces at around 5:30 last evening, and taking the darkness, the advantage of the darkness, they managed to flee from the spot. Now this Jammu and Kashmir police as well as the Indian Army, they are carrying out the operations, and the searches are underway in the area. This is a dense forested area where the operations are underway, and the Jammu and Kashmir police top brass will also be coming here in a short while from now. And at the ground zero, we are showing you that a massive operation to neutralize the Pakistani terrorists is underway. These jawans of the Indian Army, also you will find that the snipers too top of the QRT vehicle, so that if there is any movement of the terrorists, that movement can be given a befitting reply. Every nook and corner being checked by the Indian Army, as for the first time in past couple of decades, Indian Air Force has been targeted by the Pakistani terrorists. A pre-planned plan attack that has been carried out, and every area, each and every area. I request Sarjeevan to come this way so that we can show you that how each and every nook and corner is being thoroughly searched. This area is what it seems to be a natural hideout, and that's why the Indian Army troops, they are carrying out the searches here in this area also. So this has been the routine that now the security forces are following. They are ensuring that the terrorists are not taking the advantage in the area which is 5 to 10 kilometers of the attack site. Similar operations are underway in the other side of the area as well, because on the other side there are dense forests. There also the Special Operations Group, the Special Forces of the Northern Command, they all are taking part. This becomes really very important at a time when the terrorists are still active in the area. The terrorists are carrying out the terror acts and are untraceable. The local help cannot be ruled out. That is what the agencies are telling us, and that's why to look into it, there are the mobile data that are being synced, that are being scanned and analyzed by the troops on the ground, so that they get any hint that how these terrorists, they are operating in the area. And once all these terrorists, they are traced, they are killed by the security forces. So a large deployment of the forces has been done, be it the paramilitary forces, the Jammu and Kashmir police, the Indian Army, the special forces, and also this time the Indian Air Force is also part of this operation as they are provide the aerial assistance to the ground operations. We have seen similar happening in the Kathua district when the encounter broke out, when terror attack took place in the Udhampur's Basantgarh, followed by the operation that was launched in the twin districts. There also aerial assistance was sought from the Indian Air Force, and here also Indian Air Force is providing the aerial assistance so that the perpetrators of yesterday's attack, the first attack on the Indian Air Force in last couple of decades that has taken place in Jammu and Kashmir, the attack can be avenged at an earliest. Yes.
Right, thanks for giving us those details. Meanwhile, also tell us, Gursimran, as to what is the situation of the soldiers that have been injured, and what about the body of the martyred IAF person?
The martyr IAF person was from the DSC, that is an attachment to the Indian Air Force, and was with the Indian Air Force for a long, was operating on the line of control. 4 others that are injured are, one is said to be critical, while 3 others are said to be stable. This attack that has taken place was a pre-planned attack by the Pakistani terrorists that has taken place yesterday evening. It was done after carrying out the proper recce of the area. Sarjeevan is showing you the visuals of the Indian Army carrying out the surveillance. This is to detect that whether or if there is a plot of the terrorists to plant an ID, because now that the operations are underway, there will be a large scale movement of the security forces, be it via ground or by air, and that's why, to ensure that the movement is safe, the Indian Army is carrying out the surveillance in the area. I'll request Sarjeevan to keep showing you the visuals that how a large scale deployment of the Indian Army has been done. The troops, the officers, all are on the ground. This is to ensure that I request Sarjeevan to move this side so that we can show you that the Indian Army has also deployed the snipers as well as part of their operations, and this is to have a look at the 360-degree views. So if there is any movement of the terrorist in the area, they can be fired upon. A full-fledged operation has been launched, a large-scale operation has been launched in the Pir Panjal ranges, and the operations are underway to neutralize the perpetrators who attacked the air warriors yesterday evening at around 5:30 when they were returning from a forward base back to their location at the ground zero, and now the operations are in the full swing.